Alright guys, I'm at Busch Gardens, Tampa, and behind me is Iron Gwazi. This has not been open for a year, and it should have opened in spring of 2021, but it's still not open, and we're gonna see what's going on. Alright guys, we are at the Iron Gwazi Plaza, where I should be waiting in line for this monster of a roller coaster. But no, it's gonna open in March of 2022. I don't know why it said it would open last year of March, but it still hasn't been open. But it's not all bad. It's good because pass holders such as me will be going to be able to ride it in January. So I will definitely be doing a video on that. And but for now, I'm just gonna ask one of the workers here what's going on with Iron Gwazi and why it hasn't opened. Alright, I haven't been able to find any workers to ask what's going on with Iron Gwazi so far. The workers that I have seen are just doing their job, so I'm not going to bother them. But what I did do is just get a ride on Chica. And the back row is better than the front row. I can completely agree with that. You get so much airtime. Like, you would expect to get a lot of airtime on like the first drop, but like the second drop delivers more airtime. You're out of your seat for like 3 seconds on that drop. So I definitely recommend going in the back row. And plus, the wait was 5 minutes, so I'm gonna go on it again and maybe ride front row. I don't know, but I think back row is better. Alright, I just rode Chica another 2 times, and I rode 1 back row, 1 front row, and while the airtime's still good in the front row, it's way stronger in the back row. A lot of people say there's airtime on like B&M Hypers, and I only thought that was true on like Mako, or not Mako, Nitro. I actually didn't think it was so much on Manta, except maybe 1 second of the 5-second floater hill, but this one seriously tells airtime. So I definitely recommend the back row, but if you want like the suspense and you being scared in the front row just looking straight down, then the front row's for you. But if you like actual airtime like I do, then you should go to the back row. So yeah, and I'm going to go over to Tigris and see if there's any workers there that will finally answer my question on whether Iron Gwazi will open. Okay, so I just rode Tigris, and the last time I rode it, I was very shocked about that it was actually intense. I was under the impression that they were mild rides, but the launches is actually very good. So, yeah, I really like Skyrocket too, so it didn't really take me off guard like it did last time, but it was still a very enjoyable ride experience. The only thing I'd change is the restraints. The restraints suck. Maybe I'm just used to Chicas, but like there's a thing called the comfort collar, and it's just you're worried that you're gonna hit your gear on it, and if they could change that, then this would be such a good ride. And I still really like Tigris, but I think the restraints need to change. So anyway, we're gonna go over to Kumba, still looking for an employee who's just walking around. We'll see what we can do. Okay, I just rode Kumba, and I thought it was very solid. Last time, it was very rough. It was one of the worst coaster experiences I've ever had. I actually almost got a concussion, but this ride was actually very smooth. There's only one inversion that was very bumpy, but I actually really liked it. It's not as good as Hulk, but like top 25 coaster, I think. And maybe if it had a little bit more height or like a standout moment, like Hulk has that launch, it would probably be like higher, like top 15 or something. But like, yeah, I really like it. And also, I ran into an employee, and they said that Iron Gwazi might not even open. They said they might not have the money to open Iron Gwazi like they did before the pandemic, but now that they're through the pandemic, they lost a lot of money, and they might not have the money to open Iron Gwazi. I've never actually heard anyone actually an employee, but we'll have to hope that's not true. And I feel like he's telling the truth, but let's just hope that he's proven wrong. So, yeah, that's the news. I'll talk to some other employees if they're not doing their job or something. Well, like, not in that way, but if they're just walking around on my way to Montu and Cobra's Curse. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. Okay, so we just did a lot of stuff. We just rode Montu. I rode Montu twice, and we did Cobra's Curse twice. And Cobra's Curse, it's a great family ride. I recommend it for a lot of people who are like just getting into roller coasters. But Montu has some of the best turns and like the most intense moments that I've ever had on a coaster. I didn't experience the full potential of Montu when I last rode it because like the restraints are like, I have so much wiggle room, it didn't feel safe, so I was literally just focused on just keeping myself in. But now that I actually get that like that's normal, I really enjoyed it. I think the Batwing definitely lives up to the hype. That is one of the best moments on a coaster. To be honest, it's probably my favorite moment on a coaster other than a drop or a launch. It really is excellent. And then an really underrated turn. I don't know why no one talks about it. It's the final turn out of the final trench. That turn takes you by surprise because before that it's very graceful, like in the second half. But then that just whips you into the final brake run. So I really like Montu. I used to think it was all like 10th, 9th. Now I think it's like maybe better than the Chica, I don't know. But I just really like dive coasters, so we'll have to see. We're gonna go over to Chica and Tigris to get some more rides. And I'm actually right by Cheetah Hunt. And Cheetah Hunt's closed for 3 months, sadly. It's getting a paint job. But I assume that they're getting a paint job for it, so they'll draw more people to Cheetah Hunt before Gwazi opens. Like they did that with Tigris, and they built Tigris and they paint jobbed Kumba. So they're just trying to draw more people to other sides of the park. So yeah, they're really preparing for Gwazi, and yeah, we'll see you when we get over there. Okay, so I've been on Tigris 3 times now, and I've asked another employee, just the one in line, or like the one who scans the fast pass, and he actually said that they're not done building it. Now, I think the employees are being told different things, or they're just not being told anything at all, because it seems like they don't really know what's going on, because it was fully built last spring, and that's how they did the official POV, and they're testing with riders on it, so that's not the question. We'll have to see. I'm definitely going to try to get more opinions as I go over to Chica right now and to get my last rides of the day. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. Okay, so I just got 5 rides on Chica, and I just cannot get enough of this ride. The airtime in the back, there's no other airtime that I've experienced that is better than this. Not even the Rolling Thunderhill on El Toro. That was close, but the second drop just has some of the best sustained airtime I'll ever get on a coaster. So I just had to marathon it. And now the park is about to close in like 2 minutes. So we're gonna head out. And I spoke to a few people who were working on Chica, and they just said that COVID really slowed them down with their revenue. So they had to delay it a lot. And they thought they were gonna open it in 2021, but they didn't have the money to open it and operate it, so they had to delay it to 2022. I understand that, and I guess now we know what is going on with Gwazi. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like, as it helps the channel against the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.